And the reason why I got started on the product was I had acid reflux really, really bad. I was taking like the purple pill, things like that, multiple times throughout the day. And what ended up happening was I started on the Optimum Detox, and within 3 days I was able to get completely off of all acid reflux pills. So it was pretty amazing. And then as an afterthought, about 8 months later, I noticed, I wasn't keeping track of my weight or anything, but I realized that I had lost about 40 pounds after 8 months of being on the product. So it's been pretty amazing.
Actually makes me feel a lot better when I get up in the morning. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm not sluggish anymore. It's like I get up and it's like, okay, I'm ready to start my day and get out the door and let's go do things. And whereas before it would take me a good hour to get out of the house. I'd have to wake up 2 hours ahead of time just to get out of the house because I couldn't move in the mornings. I'd be too stiff to get out of bed, or if I ate breakfast, I would spend half that time in the bathroom not feeling good. And so, but it's really been helping me where I can just actually get up and get out the house if I need to.
I'm blessed with naturally good health. I mean, I take no medications. I do my vitamins in the morning, but age catching up to me, I noticed I was getting a little sluggish. And so, and then like I say, with being exposed to mold for a period of a number of months and having that knock the wind out of me and not being able to breathe, not being able to sleep, not being able to do anything, that the drops just were, for me, a miracle.
I would literally want to lie in bed for way past the alarm clock, way past when I should get up and get going. I was tired. And I was definitely lethargic and kind of sluggish. My system wasn't running well. It wasn't properly eliminating. It was like, and you could tell, I was kind of cloudy, foggy, running through life. Like I would be talking to someone and I would be listening, but I really wasn't hearing. And then all of a sudden I'd snap out of it and be like, oh. And now I feel like I'm on top of what people are saying. I'm on top of what I'm doing. And I'm actually enjoying it. And I'm focused and concentrated. And I love it. I wouldn't miss a day of Optimum Detox Drops. Not one day.
I'm diabetic, so I needed something to give me some more energy and to build up the immune system. And I started taking this about 3-4 years ago and maintained it since then. And I noticed that I have a lot more energy. I know you're looking at me on your TV sets right now, folks, and you're probably not going to believe it, but I'm 97 years old. No, actually I'm 78 years old. And I have a tremendous amount of energy, which I think a lot of it is based on this Optimum Detox, because I noticed from the 3rd or 4th day that I took it that I had a lot more energy. I slept better. And I believe also that my immune system got stronger, because from the time I took it almost 4 years ago, I noticed that I haven't been susceptible to colds, to sneezing, to allergies like I was prior to it. I don't know if, definitely that it's from that, but I mean, when you get that kind of immediate relief from these things that you had all your life, and especially when you're in your 70s, you don't want to have too many colds or anything, because now you're even more susceptible to other problems from it, like pneumonia, et cetera, et cetera. So I've given it, my wife has been taking it. She feels a lot better since she's been on it, and the same results. She used to have a lot of, she has sinus problems, and so she had a lot of allergies because of it, and a deviated septum, which didn't help things too much. But I noticed that also, that as a singer, comedian, originally from the comedy team of Alan and Rossi, that even though I'm in my late 70s, I can still hit the high notes. And I can do it sitting down, which most singers at my age can't even do standing up.
When I was retired in 1991, I felt 90 years old. I subsequently reversed all my health problems and dropped from well over 300 down to around 200 pounds, which is what I weighed when I was got out of the Marine Corps when I was 20 and started on the fire department. Anyway, the exciting thing about the Optimum D-Tox to me was I had stabilized my weight and waist size for several years at about 215. I was at 215 for about 3 years, but I still had a 44-inch waist. And within about 6 months of taking the Optimum D-Tox, I dropped to a 36-inch waist. And I changed nothing else in my diet or my exercise program during that time. So I feel like that I'm giving the credit to the Optimum D-Tox. In my opinion, that's the primary thing that made the difference in being able to firm up. I don't have the hard body I did when I was 20, but I feel 20. And you know, like I said, it's pretty exciting to be able to get back to the feeling that way in the same size pants. That's amazing to me.
One of the big areas of concern in American medicine particularly has to do with arteriosclerosis and elevated cholesterol and all kinds of vascular problems, whether it's peripheral vascular disease or carotid vascular disease or strokes or whatever it may be. And the nice thing about this is that it impacts that whole thing. One of the things that we've talked about, traditional, conventional medicine has talked about, has been a list of, I think it's like about 8 drugs that they give patients after they have a heart attack. And those include things like beta blockers and aspirin to decrease platelet stickiness and many different things like that. Well, the nice thing about this particular supplement is that it will kind of fit in all of those spots in different ways. And so instead of having to take 8 medications, you can use this, and certainly there are times when you need medication, but as a kind of prevention or as a way of really helping the body be more healthy, this is a wonderful thing. So for me, I love to be able to give this to patients and know the various effects that it has on them that are all positive without the negative side effects that you have with drugs. And it's much less expensive, which is a very nice feature as well, because when you stick 8 drugs on the shelf, you can imagine the amount of money you're putting into that.
In my practice, what I've tried to do over the years is evaluate different modalities that are available, new things that come along. And the way I evaluate them is try them with a number of patients and see if they make a difference in the patient's outcomes. And one of the immediate results that I saw using the yucca drops from Zenith is that they did help the patients much quicker in their recovery, and they were able to gain ground much quicker initially. That's why I made it a routine part of all of my patients, and I actually prescribe this for every single patient that comes through the door. I give them their first bottle, so they'll have it. I have them start on it right away. My latest patient is a stage 4 brain cancer from Australia, and he's doing really, really well. He was having seizures and a bunch of other activities before he came over. And I just talked to him about his wife and him about 3 days ago. And no more seizure activity since he went home. That's been about 3 or 4 weeks now. So I'm glad that we have the Optimum D-Tox drops as part of our treatment protocol.